Dorothy, my new life. How close I'm gonna start to the beach?
Going once? Going twice?
You still want to tell me this isn't degrading?
Don't be ridiculous. It's for chat.
He used to do bird imitations.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Well, let's just say you didn't want to park your car under their oak tree. No. Ingmar was different. His mother used to say...
Didn't Bette Midler win a special Grammy for that?
Oh, girls, isn't it wonderful how we always have such a good time together? It's been that way right from the start.
Please, Rose, don't you remember the day after we moved in when we went shopping together?
Oh, please go on. That's such a beautiful language.
Rose, why don't we just show Mr. Vaughn around the theater?
Well, why don't I just do that myself, since I've had the most experience performing here?
Blanche, the parking lot doesn't count. I'll just...
Rich, eligible men. I put an ad in the paper saying I have a Mercedes for sale for a very low price.
Blanche, you don't have a Mercedes.
But I'm renting one and pretending it's for sale. All day tomorrow, men are going to be showing up here for a test drive.
He also likes working, and most of all, he likes being in the company of pretty young girls.
Oh, wow. Since he puts it that way, how can we refuse? It's a deal.
Good. Here's a list of the pretty young girls he wants you to get for him.
Sophia, it's good to see you.
I just came by to pick up my medical alert bracelet. I believe I left it here last week.
I'm wearing it.
That's dangerous.
No, it turns out we're both allergic to the...
Oh, remind me before you leave, I went back to the bakery and got your mother some anise cookies.
You don't have to try so hard. You know, to be honest, I still can't believe how much my mother liked you.
Yeah, I liked her too. One thing puzzled me, though.
Well, did you call St. Olaf? What do we have to do to cash the bonds?
I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell you straight out. Once upon a time, there was an ant and a grass...
Oh, my God! They're not going to redeem the bonds.
Oh, they want to, but the city would have to liquidate all its assets. St. Olaf would be bankrupt.
Symptoms, depression, fatigue, symptoms very much like the ones you described.
Look, Dr. Stevens, I don't think you understand, so I'm going to tell you again. I am at a point now where I am so exhausted that sometimes I cannot speak. Literally, cannot speak. There are days when I can't get out of bed. We're coming.
Who could that be? Everybody I invited's already here. Sophia!
Ma, what are you doing here? You know you're not supposed to leave the home. You're still recovering from that stroke.
What recovering? I'm back 100%, knock wood.
How old do you think Rose is?
Well, based upon her letter, we figure 9 or 10.
No? To be perfectly honest, she's closer to 10. Blanche, could I see you in the kitchen just for a moment? Was there anything we can get you? Coffee, tea, pair of leaves? Not just because I do your laundry.
Michael, we were just having breakfast. Would you join us?
Well, that's the best offer I've had all morning.
Hey, you know, it wouldn't hurt if you back your kid up a little more.
Mama, it's just that I hate to see Michael making all the wrong choices. You know what I mean?
How could I know? Mike...
Now, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Joe, I need a price check on some condoms. These 3 ladies here want a couple of boxes of the King George prophylactics.
But I got a right to sing the blues. I lost my Teddy.
I understand, Rose, which if I thought about it says something deeply disturbing about me. I got a right to sing the blues?
Dorothy, I hope you didn't fix breakfast for me. I'm not eating.
She's experienced. Please welcome our new consumer reporter, Abby Wolf.
If Abby's a new consumer reporter, doesn't that mean...
She's also my new boss.
Boy, have you got some serious butt to kiss.
You had a Belgian waffle stand?
Well, actually, they were English muffins that I carved little ridges in. But people bought them anyway. I was cute then, so I could get away with it.
Don't worry, you get cute again when you hit 80. How do you think I'm gonna peddle this slop?
How was your date? Died. What?
Oh, no, Rose.
And the sheriff? I told him about me, how I kill men. And he didn't believe me. He said, let's see, sleep with me.
Firmed and my breasts raised and my face lifted.
It's a shame to do all that and keep that hairdo.
Until 9 months later, when the baby came, then I figured out that we had. You know, that was my only proof.
I waited till my wedding night.
No.
Yes.
And?
Each other bloody. It just isn't fair.
But to whom? To the gamblers? Gambling is illegal in this state.
Besides, you're such an underdog, even Betty the Weasel won't give odds. I overheard that at bingo the other night.
This way, everybody wins and nobody gets hurt. Now, what's wrong with that?
I'm touched. Do I have your $1,200?
You have my blessing and you have my money.
For another 1,000, I could go first class.
Arrivederci.
So
A nurse's uniform murdered in this house with a handsaw?
Heavens, no!
Are you sure? I'm getting a very strong vibration. I see a woman in a white uniform writhing and screaming, and there's a man kneeling over her.
Well, if it was last Wednesday, that was me and the gentleman I'm currently dating, but...
Everybody loves him.
You sit right down here, Angelo. I got a surprise for you, Zabayoni, your favorite.
Sophia.
And that's the new batch.
Mama?
Well, then, I will just take a little break. Oh, I'm here, baby, I'm here.
One more push and we'll be there.
No, I can't.
Oh, Becky, now you know I've never been real strict with you, honey, but you have to.
No, I'll just carry this baby with me for the rest of my life.
Now, when I took the stand, a hush fell over that courtroom. I told the judge exactly what I'd seen. And after my testimony, that horse thief's fate was sealed. Justice won the day.
Blanche, what the hell does that have to do with what's going on now?
Well, like any good story, mine was deliberately ambiguous.
Rose, you're too hard on yourself. I know people who think you're dumb over the phone. Doorbell. Doorbell.
You know, when I was a little kid, I got angry with my mother and father, and I imagined that I had different parents.
Oh, who?
Well, it's really silly.
Oh, come on now, who?
Tell us.
Well, my dad was Errol Flynn. And my mother was Amelia Earhart. I wanted Dad all to myself.
Girls, but all they had left were petites.
So what did you buy, shoes?
I'm a petite. I better get over there. I need a black dress for Dr. Silvano's funeral.
Dr. Silvano died 2 months ago. You went to his funeral.
Right, I
I
can't.
will never forget when I first put up that notice at the supermarket.
Are you okay? Oh, I'm fine.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going through. I can read it in your face.
You can. There's only one way I'm going to get through this. If you two will come with me to the funeral for support. Oh, will you do it? Please, Blanche. Please, Dorothy. Please, Blanche.
I will if Dorothy will.
Please.
If you really think...
Christmas, we exchange gifts we make for each other.
Rose, that is a great idea. We'll return all those meaningless, impersonal gifts that we always buy for each other, and we'll make something that comes from the heart.
That is a terrific idea.
Yeah, what do you say, Ma?
Unless you can make a lamb's wool jacket.
You just take a hint and go away.
Just a minute, Dorothy. I am sick and tired of being dumped on by you. Yes, I screwed up our marriage. We all know that. But I was on a yacht for all of those years. There were some pretty good times before things went wrong.
Until I found out about them.
Old news, Dorothy. This...
What's wrong, Dorothy?
Ma, you were right again. He was just using me.
Sit down, pussycat. I want to tell you something. You give
down. I thought you did.
Of course, that way, not only does your face fall back, but your chest does too. Unfortunately, it falls back and off to the side.
happy.
You're the one that's not happy, Mama. You're doing it again. You'll tell me how to live my life.
What do you mean?
Nothing's ever enough for you. It wasn't enough that I was pretty. I had to be the prettiest. Or that I was popular. I had to be the most popular. Or that I was bright. I had to be the brightest.
Well, that didn't mean you had to run out and become the fattest.
Does this mean you'll go to the masquerade ball?
Yes. And I'll tell you something. After all the practice I have had lately, I'd be honored to be the horses behind.
Nice seeing you.
Not so fast. There are some things I have to say. There are a lot of things that I have to say. Words can't express what I have to say. What I went through, what you put me through. I can't do this in a restaurant.
Good.
But I will. Having to tell
Hold
you
on,
this.
Dorothy. This is a joke, isn't it? He didn't really pick you over me.
Oh, Blanche, I didn't even want the part, but Jason said I have presents.
Listen, I really have to go to work.
He
So let me
actually
tell-
picked you over me. I do not believe this. I have been had.
I know.
The three of us thought it might be fun to go away for the weekend. So we went away to this cute little woodsy mountain retreat. Well, when we got there, were we in for a surprise?
Isn't this lodge great?
Oh, boy, it sure is. It's just so beautiful up here. The fresh air and the wide open spaces. You know, being in the mountains.
Oh, Stan, I went to 3 different stores, but I finally found the stuff you asked for to make you go to sleep.
Oh, wow. Strawberry Quip, you are the best, babe. I'm going to go take a shower. If you could bring me a mug of that stuff in about 10 minutes, it would be perfect.
Dorothy, that man is driving me crazy.
Me too.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Allen. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, yeah. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, very sweet of you to call. Yes, thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
What did he want?
Should be angry because I didn't sweep under the bed.
Gee, you're really a good liar.
I know. That's why I'm studying to be a lawyer. See, I'm going to school at night, and the only time I have to study is when you all go out.
They're called vacuum slacks. It's supposed to inhale all the fat from your body. Watch.
You heard me. I said, where's my shake?
I needed something to wash down the little pie. It was so fishy.
I don't believe you.
Well, if it's any consolation, I'm still hungry. accidentally hurt one another. And there are going to be times when we accidentally steal large sums of money. I didn't. Now I want to see you two kiss and make up.
Well, if this is silly, bro.
Just do it.
Hacienda Hut. Thought I showed the kid the town, give him some quality time. Maybe it'll make up for never teaching him how to ride a bicycle.
Stanley, how come I've never seen you at the Hacienda Hut?
I never have to stay long. I'm a chick magnet. That's why they call me Mr. Lucky.
You mean for 38 years?
Blanche, I have looked all over the house. I cannot find your earrings. But I found the Julio Iglesias tickets. Boy, we had great seats. Blanche, I feel just awful about this.
Just forget about it, Rose. I never intended...
It's been so long. Boy, you look... It's been so long.
I know, and you look exactly the way you did at our high school graduation. Of course, rumors were that you were 3 months pregnant. Your family was awfully tough on pets, weren't they, Rose?
Dorothy, this could be more serious than you think. Now, why don't you have a doctor look at that foot?
I already have.
When?
1965.
You don't want to miss the recital.
It is fine.
Oh, really? Let's see you do a Cincinnati and a crackling fire. And my God, Dorothy, it must be 120 in here.
Morning, Rose.
Dorothy, sometimes you can be so cruel. Honey, what's the matter?
Everything.
Said that already.
I'm sorry. I just can't seem to get past that one.
Look, Dorothy, let me tell you something about myself. When I was 18, I was married to the boy next door. All my family and friends, they thought we were the perfect couple. Well, we stayed married for 20 years. But I don't think we...
Dorothy, I don't know what to say.
I understand, Blanche.
Oh, no, you don't. See, I used to think I was a miracle worker, that nobody could do what I do at the museum. And then you came along and learned my job in less than a week, and I realized any idiot can do it. Oh, you mean at the actual dance marathon?
That's right. Seems to me I showed you two guys a thing or two that night.
Ladies and gentlemen, our charity dance marathon is now entering its 7th hour. Let's give our contestants a great...
I gave you, does it say cream chip beef and Polish sausage are okay to eat? Leonard, you're 5 feet 6 inches. You weigh 300 pounds. What do you mean you can carry it? Beacons couldn't carry it. Okay, make an appointment for tomorrow. Come by the office. We'll talk about it. Right. Yeah, goodbye.
So, kids, what's going on? Well, Doc, I have some news. I sort of slept with Dorothy's sister.
Hey, you're off the monkey. Mazel tov.
Oh, my...
Thanks again, Rose.
Oh, you're welcome, Milton. Now, you let me know how it works out.
I certainly will.
And no more tears.
Right. Bye-bye.
Oh, he's such a royal pain in the butt. But it's all part of my job.
You don't have a job.
I just moved to Miami. I was very vulnerable. And I did something that I guess was a little dumb.
No.
I agreed to go out on a blind date.
This is my favorite restaurant. Have you ever been here before?
No, I'm just starting to get... Do they have chores in Sicily?
Are you kidding? They invented chores in Sicily. Crossing the street without getting pregnant was a chore in Sicily.
Rose never mentioned Sicily. Alexander.
Widow, are you buying that?
Of course not. Everybody knows you use paraffin wax on parched wood.
Come on. $6.
No!
I'll give you 10.
I don't want to sell it back!
I'll give you 25 and don't ever show your face around here again.
Sold.
dress really need ironing.
Hello, girls. Dorothy Rose, you all remember Laszlo?
Of course, Laszlo, the artist from your museum. Oh, we really enjoyed your lecture on modern sculpture.
I didn't think anyone would.
Still want to dance? How can you do that?
It's still early.
Remember that restaurant in Sicily we used to go to on Sundays? I'd save up all week for one plate of pasta that we'd share.
With checkered tablecloths, the candle of the Chianti bottle, bad paintings of the Colosseum.
Would you please bring them in here?
Sure, Mrs. Devereaux.
Thank you.
Hi, Ma, where you going?
Down to the boardwalk. I like to sit and watch the old guys rearrange themselves when they come out of the war. Where are you going?
I'm off to the rummage sale. Would you like a ride?
They sit like that all day, every day. He's even started referring to my husband as that dumb Bajagaloop.
How'd you know that she was my mother?
Just a guess. From the way you were watching. And after what happened yesterday, I thought you might show up.
He told you about the...
I finally called it quits at the deli. Sold it all. Locks, stock, and barrel. Get it? Locks.
He made up that joke yesterday, but it's just as funny now as it was then.
Some jokes are timeless. So tell me, Al, what do you intend...
You think this is the 7-Eleven? I'm not open all night.
Rose, we feel terrible about what we've done.
What have you done?
We're really very sorry.
Sorry about what?
Sorry isn't good enough. How can I ever trust you again?
Trust who?
Please, Rose, let's not talk about trust after the terrible things you wrote.
Will someone please tell me what the hell you're talking about?
Blanche and I...
Compassionate, but bubbling with sensuality just below the surface.
Oh, that's a relief. All this time I thought it was gas.
Ladies, it's time. Time to walk through the looking glass. Time to take that last glimpse of your former selves.
Together. Maybe with a VA loan, we get a nice little house in the country with a dog, a cat, a station wagon.
Blanche, you're talking like it's 1945. These aren't the best years of your life. These are the last years of your life.
I start to cook. A few hours later, he comes back. He says he couldn't find a cab. We eat in silence. Halfway through, I look up, and he's got tears in his eyes. He tells me, this meal is like our marriage. The veal is like him, tough and stubborn.
I'm glad it was red wine and not white.
Why? White's easy to get out.
I know, but I spilled some red meat on this jacket at lunch, and I wouldn't want your dry cleaner to think I was gauche.
Here you go.
Oh, thanks.
I think I'll run along now. Nice meeting you, Mr. John Quinn.
Thank you. Same here. Blanche,
Devereaux. Good night.
Our city's homeless.
We're screwed.
Yeah, neither do I, but I'll tell you, if ever I sleep with Mr. Wizard, I'll find out what he did. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. It's just, all right, last night should not have happened, but it did. And it obviously means more to Stan than it does to me. I mean, right now he's hurt and he's vulnerable.
Why didn't you tell him that this morning?
Didn't cancel.
Oh, Blanche, you can't.
Well, but it isn't fair. He should have told me he was disabled.
Yeah, what a great icebreaker.
Well, if I have to go, you know what I could do? I could take a chaperone. That way I'll avoid any awkward situations. Dorothy, you could be... Which room's available?
Number 506. The room is 50 and the young lady's 100. And make it quick. I'm not running a hotel here.
Do this whether you like it or not.
Oh, I see, Missy. So this is the thanks I get for all those cold nights when you were a baby crying? And I'd have to get up out of bed and grope around in the dark for my slippers and robe, make my way all the way downstairs and scream for the governess.
I'm sorry. It's just that I was so excited. I think I might have stumbled on something that could change the face of plumbing as we know it.
Oh, great, Rose. Call the tidy bowl man. He'll jump in his boat and spread the news.
Pepto-Bismol. Well, I mean, Francesca's a beautiful woman, but she makes a manicotti like you could anchor a boat with. Oh, well, as usual, Sophia is stationed at the eggnog. And she's drinking right from the bowl through a swizzle stick. When my husband, Carmine, walks in and passes right under the mistletoe.
Rose, we have to talk.
Forget it, Sophia. I'm not talking to you. What you did is the worst thing you've ever done to me.
Oh, come on. Worse than the time I buried...
It's a devotion for that windmill. It's a love for that windmill. And as God is our witness, we are going to save that windmill.
It's a lighthouse, Blanche. We're saving the McKinley Lighthouse.
That I saw.
That's the one. We're going to make the...
What's this?
Oh, it's nothing. I gave him a little kiss.
Trust me, that was no little kiss. That was more like a dental checkup. Your whole head was practically in his mouth.
All right, Ma, all right.
A little kiss, she says. The man almost digested her.
Believing that got me through some very rough times, Blanche. I mean, whenever I had a problem I couldn't solve, I'd just write Bob Hope a letter or go to one of his movies, and suddenly I was able to work it all out. All my life, I always felt he was there if I needed him. That's why I know he won't let me down now.
I don't know whether to...
Oh, imagine an autographed copy. Will this make it harder to exchange? Just kidding. To my sister Blanche, you have inspired me more than you will ever know, Charmaine.
Ma, listen to me. You got Martha Ray and Madge mixed up again.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, Ma, would you like to listen to a joke?
Is this from your act?
Could be. I went down to the Comedy Barrel and signed up for Monday night. Let me try this out on you.
Okay.
Senior, cut the crap and put out the stogie, Rocco.
I like your style. Right suit, right haircut, voice a little higher, you could pass as Frank Nitti.
What the hell are you talking about?
Little higher, I think you got it.
You really knew Frank Nitti?
Well, sure, Frank Nitti.
It's just a little punching up.
You mean exaggerate the truth, create wild and colorful stories just to impress people? Dorothy, you can't do that.
Oh, I know.
That's my specialty. All right, let's see here. Found a baby robin that fell out of its tree and returned it to its nest. Make that a baby eagle. Yeah.
It was kismet. Suddenly, we were spiritually connected soulmates.
And then you threw your underwear at me, didn't you, love?
So sue me. I just got caught up in the moment.
College.
Oh, my God. He's flying. Volunteered for Meals on Wheels, and I think I'm really making progress with Jimmy. Although I could make more if Ma would stop yelling boo.
Boy, you're really taking an interest in that man. What happened to him anyway?
The turmoil of the 60s just got to him.
The 60s were an emotional time for all of us.
Either that story is actually funny, or the batteries are going in and out in my hearing aid. Rose, I want you to know that I think it's very sweet that you're keeping an old lady company.
Go out with.
Dorothy, I need someone who's classy, someone who can handle the rich and powerful, someone not too obviously sexy.
Why don't you ask Merv Griffin?
Dorothy, look, I called everyone.
Look, everybody named after an apostle, come with me. Excuse me, there was no Eddie.
Have you guys ever heard of Totally Hidden Video? Well, underneath this gray wig is comedian Kay Ballard. Thanks for being on our show.
Get one. I am very susceptible. I have low resistance. I have a tendency to be anemic, right, Ma?
You're a hypochondriac.
That too.
Oh, Gesundheit.
Stay away from me, Rose.
Will you hold still? If you don't let me finish, I'll never get this dress ready by Saturday.
If I get near her, I won't need it on Saturday. I'll be home in bed.
Dora.
As pretty as you did 30 years ago.
But I don't.
No, you don't.
What?
You look prettier.
Oh.
No, I mean it. I
Oh.
mean it.
Oh.
The face and the figure and that smile. Oh, it's all gotten better. Unless it's just my...
Dorothy, Rose, talk to me. You girls have got to believe me.
We believed you once, Blanche. We're not falling for it again.
Falling for what? I told you the truth.
Oh, Blanche, come off it. You really expect us to believe that Gil was...
Missed her so much, she's always been my favorite.
I tell you, it sure makes me appreciate the special relationship I have with my daughter. Pussycat,
Yes, Ma.
dial your sister for me. I never remember the area code.
I'm getting nervous and I realized I want to be near my mother.
I think it's great that you want to have your baby here. Why, in St. Olaf, the mother was always with the daughter when she gave birth. And if the mother was out of town, then the mother of the father was there. And if she was out of town, then we'd call Lucky Gunther's. Let me refresh your memory.
Hey, we have the suntan lotion, chapstick, and half a dozen cheap, tawdry romance novels.
Well, then we're all set. We have everything we need for the cruise.
Girls, listen, maybe we don't have everything we need.
But what are we missing?
Well, we are going away for a romantic weekend to the Bahamas with Jeff and Rich and Randy in this...
Not going to be easy to fake a fight with you.
What?
No, I want you to promise that you're not going to laugh, but these past 3 days have been the lightest and the brightest that I've known since Edna passed. And I just want to thank you.
I'm glad.
Pains on a guy named Nick. But I think the laughter spoke for itself.
That's enough, Rose. Dorothy, what are you doing up?
I couldn't sleep. I just keep thinking about Ma and whose mother she really is.
You're worried she might be Gina's?
No, I'm worried she albums. Ma, they're for you. They're for us.
They're for later. Let's go.
Come on, Ma, the park can wait. Let's do this now.
Okay? Well, let's make it quick.
Oh, Ma, look. Here's you holding me when I was a baby. Do you remember what was going through your mind then?
For nearly a month, so it seemed perfectly logical when he dropped by cheerleading practice and asked me to marry him. Oh, I thought he was a wonderful catch at the time. He was 40, out of work, twice divorced, had 3 kids. But
Dog, new tricks, but believe me, it is not impossible. Open your minds. Walk down new roads. Shake the cobwebs from your brains. You know, there's a time to play and a time to learn, and believe me, gentlemen, your lives will be much better if you make this a time to learn.
They're the in crowd. Look, the Senior Citizen Center is divided into 3 cliques. The hip group, the not-so-hip group, and the broken hip group. Which group would you want to be in?
Oh, Ma, when I was a kid, you always told me it wasn't important to be a member of a popular clique. You always said just be yourself.
Sure.
That could be an appetizer.
well, this is good. This is all food that would have spoiled.
I am so glad that my date with Barry is tomorrow. The fat won't have time to show.
It won't?
No, it always takes a few days before it shows.
Where does it go in the meantime?
That last episode of I Love Lucy was hilarious.
Oh, it sure was. I never realized you could have that much fun staying up all night.
Oh, not even with Charlie.
Oh, we never stayed up all night. Just 7 to midnight.
Any sense? There's thou shalt not commit adultery, and thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. 2 out of 10 refer to hitting the sheets, and they couldn't fit in lying? Does anybody think before they write this stuff down?
You're not making any sense. I can't talk to you when you're half asleep.
Excuse me, it's only 4 a.m. What?
Ma, Phil is not gay.
You mean you're gay? What, your friend Gina's having some sort of membership drive?
Ma.
Dorothy, I know you don't get many dates, but stick with what you know. At your age, it's very hard to break into something new.
And the candles, it was beautiful.
And the Mass was in Latin, a fine old Italian language. Now, who knows? Sometimes it's in English, sometimes in Spanish. If you ask me, they should go back to Latin, the language Jesus spoke.
Ma, he spoke Hebrew.
Rose is in big trouble, that's Dreyfus. It took 2 guys to pry him off the Steinberg's plastic flamingo.
Remember our wedding day? I made you do this, even though you thought it'd be bad luck for me to see you before the ceremony.
Yeah. What a silly superstition.
You know, Dorothy, all those years of marriage, through all the struggles, the one thing I wanted was to be a success. Suddenly I have all the success.
Yes, suddenly he's Charles Boyer.
So how was business today?
Terrific. We didn't have a pizza or a knish left on the shelf.
Well, I'd love a cup of coffee, huh?
I'll get everybody some.
Here, let me help.
Max, there's something I have to tell you.
Oh, but you have to take the back stairs to get to her. Unless you have that special key for the main elevator. I'm guessing.
I think your mother's faking too. But what if she isn't? Just try putting yourself in her position. Do you know how much it hurts to have someone you love not trust you?
I sure do.
Rose, I was about to tell a story.
I want to tell one.
Dorothy?
Boy, this is a no-win situation. But go ahead, Blanche.
Well, fine.
Morning, Ma. How you feeling?
I'm not sure. What did we have for dinner last night?
Mexican.
Oh, then I'm okay.
Hi, girls. Guess where I'm going?
I owe you one.
Oh, no, I owe you one.
Girls, what's the difference? The important thing is we're all friends again.
Maybe you're all friends again, but not me. I don't forgive, I don't forget, and I'm prone to growing moles. I can't help it, I'm Italian.
Of Mario.
Oh, Rose, did you make enough for 3 of us?
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, good. Well, I'll save yours for when you finish rotating my tires.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Sam Burns. I'm a friend of Blanche's.
Oh, yeah, come on in.
No, don't.
You marched through my front door, a total stranger, and asked for my daughter's hand in marriage without telling me 2 words about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Do you have any money?
Quite a bit, ma'am.
Your mother, is she still alive?
No?
She is now.
Dorothy. Yeah, I miss you. I think we have to talk. Yes, Mr. Yamamoto. Yes. Fine, I'll see you there.
Oh, I'm so glad you're going back to work.
Yeah, he was thrilled too. My rear tires have less pressure in them. Beautiful.
It was. It truly was.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain Lord again. If you all look out the left side of our aircraft, it'll tip over. Sorry. Just a little small airplane pilot humor.
Memory.
One doesn't forget a kiss like that.
Oh, that's so romantic.
No, it isn't. That man didn't know how to kiss 40 years ago, and he doesn't know how to kiss today.
Now that we've finalized our little arrangement, I could go.
Besides that, I'm still in love with the man, and I can't let him marry someone else.
Is it me or is the room suddenly getting darker?
Of marriage, he also dumped you for a 23-year-old stewardess with firm thighs and perky breasts.
You got yourself a ring, muchacho.
I don't.
That's wonderful. No, I'll be right over. I have done it. A breakthrough. Jimmy is tired of isolating.
Oh, that's great, Dorothy. I don't think I like this whole situation, Pussycat.
Oh, come on, Ma, I'm helping.
You're not a shrink. Be careful. Bill said I want a cappuccino. Well, the only place I know to get a really good cappuccino is Hialeah.
Sophia, this is the final warning. I don't want anything like this happening again.
Mr. Porter, you hired me to do a job, and I'm going to do it my way.
Okay, that's it. Charade's over.
What's he talking about?
Sophia, you're not the activities director.
Yeah, except for one thing. Dreyfus came home this afternoon.
Holy cow.
Well, don't worry, just take that dog back to the pet shop.
I can't. The pet shop's closed till Monday.
Thank you. You know, I can see why your friend got disillusioned, but I don't see why he withdrew for 22 years.
Oh, I can. It happened to me. When Stanley walked out, I was so devastated I locked myself in my bedroom. It was the one place that didn't remind me of Stan.
Finally came to me. Why not take the best features of each lady to create one perfect lady? That is what you see. You know, it is not hard to understand why you are such good friends. You complement each other very well indeed.
Thank you, Laszlo.
Oh, one more.
Putting the cart before the horse.
And that's bad?
Look, Rose, I just don't want to see you get hurt.
Oh, Blanche, Doug and I were wondering what's happening with the sleeping arrangements.
Well, I'll be there in just a moment to get you two settled in. Now, if you sleepyheads could wait just a...
Good mothers, and you remember what to do. Blanche, watch the others. You look like you pick up things quickly. Gotta go, please.
What is wrong with this baby? Honey, darling.
He's crying out with pain and making the most spectacular comeback since Dennis Hopper.
Are you all right, Sophia? Of course I'm all right. It's just that halfway to the contest, I realized I forgot the wine.
For your muscles, marinara?
No, for me. I always drink wine during cooking contests and my sister Sam. Terrible thing has happened. But when life does something like this to you, there are a couple of things you gotta remember. You got your health, right?
Yeah.
You can still walk, can't you?
That's true.
Great. Go get me a glass of water.
I've been out looking for an apartment. The doctor says I can get my own place.
Oh.
But who can afford 3 bedrooms? Can I go upstairs and see the dog?
Sure, go ahead.
Renee, we don't have a dog.
If he thinks we have a dog, who am I to stop him?
Between Kate and Dennis.
I said it. I used it in the story. What do you want me to do, embroider it on your underwear? Just stay out of it.
I don't know if I can do that.
Then you're gonna lose Kate. And someday Stan will be the one to call you up and tell you have a grandchild who you're never gonna see.
Ma, you scared me to death.
You scared me to death. If you could put on a little makeup, there could be a single doctor. Right to you know you're being taken care of. Or at least getting a little on the side.
Hi, Rose. How's it going?
Hi, Blanche.
God, I hate morning people.
Ever since I've been a candy striper, I've been giving all my patients the traditional St. Olaf fun pack. Each one has a pack of gum, a bar of soap, and sock puppets.
Kind of thinking is really quite sexist. Just because a woman is attractive and is not uncomfortable about her sexuality does not mean she can't be bright, well-informed, and a hell of a lawyer.
Thank you. Where did you go to law school?
A whole bunch of places.
Hey, my middle finger's the longest.
Mr. Porter, I came as soon as I could.
Miss Bornak, I'm glad you're here. We've got a problem. It's your mother.
What about her?
I don't know where she is. I don't know where any of them are. She took some of her...
You or anybody else. And the sooner you realize that, Rose, the happier we'll all be. Come on, Blanche.
Come on.
I'm getting called by Susan Harris saying, is there anything you can do to get B. Arthur to do this show? Because we'd worked together on Maude. And I said, oh, I've been wanting to work with her again. I'll give her a call. I called B. And I said, what is the matter with you? This is the best...
And this is my friend Blanche.
Hello, you all. I have had such a great time here that I would like to express my appreciation to Premier Gorbachev on this special day. Happy birthday.
Hairbrush.
Must you attack everything Southern?
Come on now, girls. This is no way to behave. Isn't there some way we can settle this like rational adults?
We can, once Dorothy stops acting like a child.
I am acting like a... Do you know what your problem is? What?
My sister's dying.
What? Dying. She's dying.
Oh, my God, Blanche! I didn't even know you were sick.
Not Blanche, her sister.
Oh, thank God.
Kind enough and caring enough to give him a second glance. He's not good enough for you.
Do you hear what you're saying? You're doing it again. Why don't you say what you really mean? That he's not good enough for you. And neither am I, never have been. No, I wish I never come here.
Rebecca Sue.
Let's go, Jeremy.
Finally.
Rebecca.
Maybe.
You know, I think he's just nuts enough to actually turn up at the wedding tomorrow.
You're a furry little gnome, and we feed you too much.
Oh, Dorothy, good, you're here.
Cast out at the World of Wool.
Oh, girls, for the first time in my life, my body feels old. I feel like I can't do the same things I used to.
Rubber woman couldn't do the same things you used to.
Honey, it's only natural. We are facing some long, painful, hunger, pang-filled nights.
Who wants to lick the spoon?
I do. Maybe we could just change our hairdos.
Now, we cannot do that, Dorothy. I'm still trying to recover from the last time. Remember about same time of year 2 years ago, was it?
little talk and we slept together tonight.
You're making this up, XQ. I can't believe that you were ever a spy.
I can't believe I told you. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to kill you.
Someone was actually able to deceive me once.
What, Tess?
I didn't know you weren't supposed to cut them out. I never felt so rejected in my life. Until now.
Boy, this personal's idea was really a mistake.
There must be something we can do.
I think we've done quite enough already, Blanche.
I have an idea. I'm gonna set her.
In fact, except for the ring that you're wearing, nothing that you brought in here is worth anything.
How much for the ring?
$800.
Oh, I couldn't pawn this.
$900.
Take it, Dorothy.
No, I couldn't. This is the only nice thing that Stan ever gave me.
$1,000.
It's also the.
Come on. Why didn't you tell me it was Father Leahy?
Well, I assumed you knew.
No, I didn't. I mean, frankly, I'm a little embarrassed.
Yeah, well, me too. Well, what difference does it make? We can
Solve this problem.
How? You gonna take me to the top of the stairs again?
You think I don't want you here, huh? Well, this is my home, and a man's home is his castle, and in this castle, I'm the king. Capiche?
He's talking nonsense. He must have got hold of the drop in the broom closet.
What are you saying?
I'm saying I want you to move in.
You mean that?
No.
Ah, too bad you said it.
In fact, from now on, I won't bother you at all.
Hey, Stan, could I be pothead?
How's he doing?
He married Mr. Adkins, the gym teacher.
Do I know you?
Oh, you probably don't remember. Randy Becker, American Lit?
Of course, oh my God, what are you doing here?
That's my booth over there, Borealis.
Randy, Miss...
Sorry.
Now try the veal piccata. You'll weep.
Sophia, very sweet.
Bye, Charlie. Thanks for calling.
Now can we go eat?
No, I haven't heard from Michael yet.
Fine. Wait for your phone call. My blood sugar will drop and I'll have a stroke. This corsage will eat at Shady Pines. I can't remember, but I know I did it. I must have. I'm going to prison.
Dorothy, do you think this necklace compliments my bosom?
Blanche, if that necklace could cheer, I'm sure it would.
Well, you know, this necklace is a priceless heirloom. It belonged to my Grammy. I've only worn it 3 times in my whole life, and each occasion marked the...
Slow down, you yuts. You're going right past her. But he didn't hear. And that's why today, Rose, there's an unusually large Italian population in Spilsbury, Massachusetts.
That's a really moving story, Sophia. But what exactly is the point?
The point?
My chaperone.
Oh, please.
No, I'm serious. You're the perfect third wheel. I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean you make men uncomfortable. It's a gift. Don't waste it.
It means something. A black rose means a family member is dying. A white carnation means a newborn is on the way. A dead rabbit means my husband knows, get out of town.
Knows what?
The conclusions. Besides, it's none of your business anyway. Good night.
Shafter, party of 3.
Ted, I told Dorothy about Acapulco.
You heard me make the reservations?
Yes, and I think it's a terrible mistake.
You mean it's true?
Well, yes.
So I hear we only get you for 3 days.
Well, that depends.
On what?
On how my mother feels about my having the baby in Miami.
Here? So close to Cuba?
Well, I thought I could do it alone, but now that it's almost time,
Hey, come on down here. Let me buy you a drink. Hey, no. I want to buy her a drink.
Hey, I asked her
Oh,
first.
come on, boys. I am woman enough for all of you.
This is the point in my dream where I usually wake up screaming. What are you doing here anyway, Dorothy?
Well,
Cheese puffs and a sensitive assistant both on the verge of collapse. Whatever the problem is, overlook it. My mother did with my marriage. And if you say something smart, I'll slap you silly.
Listen, this is a private moment. You always find something wrong with mine, so yours looks better.
I didn't say anything. But let's face it, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it. Look at the ducky wrapping paper. And the little stick-on bow. Did you home we're talking about here? And it's more than just a home, it's memories, Dorothy. This is where I live with my husband. It's my past. And it's my future as I move on toward middle age. It's all I have.
You're right, Blanche. It's a lot to ask.
I'm sorry, but it's
back.
Hello. Dorothy isn't here. She was arrested on a morals charge this morning. I know you just never know, do you? Have a nice day.
Ready to spend some time with someone who does.
Like you.
I know you don't know me very well yet, but I'm just asking for a chance.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Thank you, Blanche.
You're welcome, Swan.
I'm telling you, when he rubbed his legs together, you'd swear you were on a camping trip.
Okay, let me get this straight. You mean to tell me you are personally acquainted with men who do bodily harm to private citizens for money?
I can't deny it, Sophia. Yes.
Is on a roll, and the blue team is leading 300-0.
Oh, shut up, Nyland. You shut up.
Why don't you both shut up and answer this next question? For 100 points, complete this famous saying, better late than...
Blanche. Oh, this is boring.
I know how we could make the time go faster. We could sing a work song like they do on the railroad. Just follow my lead. Gonna stuff a chicken.
Gonna stuff the chicken.
Like my mama taught me.
Like my mama taught me. Maybe I made a mistake, but I don't think I did anything so terrible.
Well, I do. There is a sweet, innocent man in there whose heart is going to get broken because you decided to use him in one of your little petty games.
Rose, that's only one side of it. Look at the other side. He did get to kiss me. Oh, thank God I can't live with myself anymore. Take me.
Blanche.
Dorothy, please, stay out of this. I know what's best. Just slap the handcuffs on me. The bed's this way.
You know what's funny? I was supposed to be Mr. Mailman today.
Oh, Stan, they're beautiful. They're just absolutely beautiful, but I mean, it's too much.
I know. I can't believe how expensive roses got since the last time I sent them to you.
Yeah, well, everything's gotten more expensive since Truman left office. Stan, listen, we really have to talk about last night.
We sure do.
Dorothy! You can come in now.
I thought the two of you would like some nice, cool lemonade.
Marvin is married to Sarah.
You don't get any lemonade.
This stuff sounds a little better when you've got lapels and a vest. Anyway, my clients are charged with trespass. But the only real crime they committed was their overzealous championing of the defenseless dolphin.
What?
I waited up for you until 2 in the morning, and you still weren't home.
Oh, yeah, Gertie and I and some of the girls went to Wolfie's to pick up guys.
I called Wolfie's at 11. You weren't there.
Guess who got lucky?
Oh, Kessler had. Is the man asleep during it?
I think so, Rose.
And what about the parts they put on? Do they test them first?
Segway, Blanche.
You know, I've never met a neurosurgeon before. I would love to hear more about your work. How about 8 o'clock tonight?
Well, that sounds good, but I think Stan might have something planned for us.
Well, I did have ringside seats at the Mud Wrestling Palace, but hey, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Elegantly put, Stan.
No, I mean in the center. See, there's just a slight flaw in my iris.
Oh, yes.
Blanche. Patrick.
Dorothy, what are you doing here?
I live here.
You mean you and Blanche are roommates?
That's right. Now, what is going on?
Why, Patrick was just kind enough to drop by and help me rehearse my part in the play.
Rehearse?
I just love weddings.
Oh, me too, me too.
You think you'll ever get married again?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Me neither. How about you, Blanche?
Oh, absolutely. If the right man ever came along. Of course, he'd have to have the body of a Mr. Mel Gibson, the personality of a Mr. Johnny Carson, and the financial resources of Mr.
He's right about the outfit.
Oh, Dorothy, you don't understand. I've just never felt very comfortable around children, and they can sense it. I guess it's because I was never really a child myself. I mean, from the time I entered school, I always behaved like a mature young lady. Why, I was the only girl in the 5th grade whose boyfriend had a fake eye.
Miles, I didn't mean to disturb you.
Oh, that's quite all right.
Oh, I just had to get away from all those men in there, all demanding my attention.
Well, I understand.
Oh, I mean, all those guys, they're just hanging on my every word.
Golly, that must be annoying.
Not really. Where's Rose?
Did you deserved it before going back to that high-tension dog-eat-dog pressure pit you work in?
Blanche, I run a miniature golf course.
Your champagne, Miss Devereaux?
Oh, thank you, Walter. Sure. You will forgive me if this champagne has a little effect on me. Sometimes just having it sitting on the table sets my